Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Brenda Morose. I'm going to be talking about the vegan jackboot today. I've had them for about 6 months and I think there's definitely some pros and cons to think about before maybe getting these boots, or maybe something to push to get you the boots. Overall, I think they're great, but there is a few little, I guess, keynotes that I think would have been good for me to know before I got them. My first skate was the lolly. I think the lolly was great, but there were reasons it didn't really necessarily fit with me in the long term. I'll get into that a little bit later. I kind of always wanted to get a jackboot because I have weak ankles and, you know, safety and anything that can help reduce me accidentally snapping an ankle out there on them streets. I kind of just kept an eye out about what was on the market, and if you check the Moxi website frequently like I did, sometimes random skates appear that are ready to ship, and if you're lucky it'll be your size. So this one day they had a vegan jackboot size 9 ready to ship. I am a size 9, my lollies were a size 9, I'm a size 10 in women's shoes, and I was like, this is a sign from the universe, manifestation. It was my turn to get vegan jackboot. Okay, why not? It'll be my birthday present to myself. So I got the boots, put them in the bag, paid for them, and like a week later I had vegan jackboots. So I didn't really plan for that, it just kind of happened and I went with it. Number one, I guess, was the main pro between the lolly skate and the vegan jackboot, or any regular jackboots, was the increase of ankle support. As I kept skating on my jackboots and I tried to go back to the lolly, I felt dangerous to me a little bit. Again, other people don't have an issue, but I feel like I have weak ankles, so I ended up selling the lolly because I got used to having the jackboot support. So my break-in time, they tell you, is 10 hours, and mine was definitely not 10 hours. It was probably more around, I'm gonna say at least 30 hours. I love the skate, but yeah, it was a little bit brutal on my feet. It took a lot to break them in to where I can ride them comfortably. They're just tougher, I think, is the overall message. Since they're not leather, they don't mold as quick as suede. So still, I think if you want to like keep a new skate longer, I feel like the vegan jackboot is for you, because it still feels like a brand new boot 6 months in. So take that as you will. I don't know, pro, con. Had I known the fit better, I think I would have recommended to myself to get half a size up, so a 9.5 I think would have been more suited. And it's not that I think the sizing is off whatsoever. I think the sizing is still accurate. The difference though is that, like, for example, the lolly, it fit me perfect because it's just the suede and that's it. The vegan jackboot, it has padding inside, it has, you know, it's more molded and it doesn't stretch. So I think the extra padding took up more of the space, so my foot had less breathing space. I still love them, and like, I feel secure as heck in that boot. The next thing I wanted to talk about is I did have a quality issue or manufacturer issue when I first got my boots. I had my boots for about a month, and again, I was a street skater, I was a beginner, and if you know, most vegan jackboots have this little strap right here, and as a friend, as a person, I don't know, just take my advice. I would probably advise you not to use the strap, even though it's like a cool thing they add. Sorry, burp. Even though it's a cool thing they added to help get the boot on. So this strap actually snapped for me a month after owning the skate, which is a little bit frustrating, but it was totally fine. I emailed Moxi and then they forwarded me to Rydell, which is a manufacturer, and they got it all sorted. I shipped my skates to them, they sewed it back together, it was fine. It was just a little bit scary, and I don't know, since I did pay what I paid, I was just taken back a little bit about it, but it's fine now. They put it back together, it's good as new. It's just, I would say, be aware of the strap. Don't pull it, don't force it. What kind of a difference between the vegan jackboot and the regular jackboot is the inside. So this is kind of like the lolly, you know, they have the same lining. It is still super comfortable. There's a lot of padding. It's still super stiff. So the regular jackboot actually has fur and it's really nice and soft. This is still really soft as well. It's very comfy. So comfort is still there. It's not an issue, especially like around the ankle. These are my children. When it comes to ankle support. The other thing about the vegan jackboot is, as you can see, they're still super white, and I street skate a lot, and I think that is like the #1 huge plus about the vegan jackboot is how easy they clean. And like, they will still get a little scrape, but you can't even tell. For example, like I have a scrape right there and it's not even that bad. Like when I owned the suede lolly, I had the floss color, so I had them about a month or two and they were fading. They were turning gray pretty much by the time that I sold them. So you don't have to worry about fading with these. They also come in black, so you have a long-lasting color, whichever one you decide to get. So yeah, overall 6 months and I still love the boot. And like the #1 reason I got it was for that ankle support and that security feeling. And sometimes, even though yes, my feet do scream a little bit, overall I would take that still because of how secure I feel skating. That is like my #1 fear, is I've never broken a bone before in my life, knock on wood. And I don't want to start now as an adult. So yeah, that was my #1 reason to getting these skates, and I would recommend you the same thing if you have weak ankles or if you are klutz like me and you need more than the normal support. These are definitely for you. I have not tried the regular jackboots, but I would assume they are the same kind of support. So yeah, overall, the sizing, be careful about sizing, I guess, is the #1 thing, and don't use the strap because it might snap. Other than that, that is my experience with my jackboot. They stay clean, they're cool. I do want to order a regular suede jackboot at some point when they restock. I saw they had like a periwinkle color coming in. I'm gonna need that periwinkle color because purple is mine. Purple is my color. It's mine. But yeah, if you have any more questions about the vegan jackboot, leave them below and I'll definitely make a follow-up video. If you found this useful or helpful, please subscribe. I have lots of videos coming and I hope this helped you in some way. And if you want to be my friend again, you know, as always, and support me, I do have an affiliate code with Moxi roller skates. So if you use the code MYROSE, MYROSE, at checkout, you do get $5 off. Anything that is $15 and above, it can be any combination of things, just has to be over 15. So yeah, I hope this was useful and I'm gonna go now.